Ambitious female leaders, entrepreneurs and coaches, stop racing towards your end goal. What do I mean? So many of the clients I see is that they're so focused on their end goal that they don't enjoy the journey and they don't take time out for themselves. And why is that such a problem? Because slowly their mental and their physical health starts to deteriorate until they reach burnout, which impacts their performance, their relationships, and their overall well-being and lifestyle. But the question is what should you be doing instead? Start taking well-needed breaks. Learn to slow down, stop, and breathe. And I mean actually learn to breathe. So when you go into situations where there might be levels of anxiety, stress, decisions that need to be made, things that actually impact your emotional decision making, take time out to stop and breathe. And just by that pure small exercise, maybe for 2 to 3 minutes, can help you to refocus, get clarity, re-energize, and you'll be able to think from a much logical space. And when you're thinking from a logical space, you're able to respond to a situation rather than react to a situation. So then you show up as the true leader that you are. And of course, the benefit of all of that means that you'll get enhanced performance, strengthened relationships, and of course, improved well-being mentally and physically. My name's Keely Woolley, and I specialise in inspiring ambitious female leaders, entrepreneurs and coaches to have fulfilling and successful lives, but without compromising their dreams or their career. And I achieve this using my Freedom Transformation Formula. I'm a #1 best-selling author, an award-winning executive coach, trainer and mentor, and I have over 25 years as an executive within a global corporate environment. And I also get invited as a speaker at international speaking engagements. And what I'd love nothing more to do is to be able to share with you how I help my clients using my Freedom Transformation Formula, which actually has 4 key steps to achieve the results that they need to have a fulfilling and successful career. And the first step is all about resetting where you are now in relation to your stress levels. And what do I mean by that? So often I see with my clients is that they have no idea the impact that stress can have on their mental and their physical health in terms of things like brain fog, memory loss, self-sabotage like eating and drinking poorly or taking things that they shouldn't take, rashes, gut problems. The list is endless. But a lot of these things occur in isolation and gradually they build up over time, but you're not listening to your body. Now, when my clients use the stress-free risk resolution, it helps them to recognise their key drivers for stress, understand and create awareness of their key indicators for stress, and then, of course, being able to understand the patterns associated to them so they can then kickstart themselves on a journey to a stress-free life. They then take the second step, which is about re-energise, re-injecting vitality back into their lives. Because so often I see that female leaders, entrepreneurs, executives, coaches, they keep on soldiering on regardless. And it's great that they might understand what their stress levels are, but they haven't got the energy to do anything about it. What's the old saying? Is that you can't drink from an empty cup. And when you're like that, it stops you from being able to perform at the level that you want to be at. And I mean, one of the things I used to recognise in my previous world is that they don't take well-needed breaks, they don't take time out for themselves, they don't step away from their computers. And when they keep soldiering on regardless, it then leads to fatigue, low performance, and poor productivity. And yet when my clients use the GEMS Wellbeing Journey, it helps them to stop, learn to breathe, take time out, learn gratitude and how to meditate, and being able to take small steps to perform at the level that they want to perform. And then, of course, is the third step, which is about reflect, introspection, trying to understand the connections between some of the decisions they make and their choices. And what do I mean by that? So often we make decisions in our lives and we have limiting beliefs about ourselves, things that hold us back, things that prevent us from becoming the high-performing, high achievers that we want to be and have the successful lives that we want to achieve. Those limiting beliefs whisper in our ears and create the imposter. And when we look at the past and understand what those choices are and our program patterns of belief, whether that's through our culture, whether it's our upbringing, with our parenting, the schooling, our friends, peers, people we're surrounded by, that can affect the way in which we respond and react to different situations and maybe prevent us from excelling in the way that we want to. And yet, when my clients use the Empowering Growth Journey, it helps them to look back at the past, understand what went well, what didn't go so well, when did things change, and how did they change? So they can then transform within their organisation, or maybe transform outside, but doing what they love. And then the final step is all about rediscovery, rediscovering your why. And what do I mean by rediscovering your why? What gives you purpose? What gives you passion? What gives you joy in life? Because so often I see ambitious female leaders, entrepreneurs and coaches, they're so focused on the what and the how. They're not enjoying the journey. And they don't know what it is that they really love. Quite often we fall into a career rather than have absolute clarity on what it is that we love and how we can achieve it. I mean, after all, it's rather like us booking a holiday, but with no destination in mind. We take off in the plane, we keep flying around until the fuel runs out and we land just anywhere. And effectively, it could be in a place that we don't want to be in. And yet, when we rediscover our why, that changes the way in which we focus on our lives and how it motivates us. So when my clients use the Brilliant Smile solution, it helps them to be able to establish what their why is, truly what their why is, what gives them passion, what gives them purpose, but at the same time, understand what their values and beliefs are so they can then have true balance in their personal or professional lives and create a career that they've always dreamed of. Because ultimately, if you don't know what your career is and what you're dreaming of, then you're just merely existing, and we don't want to have that. So that might mean you transforming within your organisation, or it might mean you creating your own organisation, in which I will help you to build a pathway to implement it and take action. Now, if you'd like to learn more about how you can achieve that, how you can have a fulfilling and successful career, but without compromising your health, then I'd love you to reach out to me. My name is Keely Woolley, and you can reach me on LinkedIn, and also you can tap on the link to connect with me and book an appointment. Cheers.